everyone, it's Diane back again from Tattered Edges Design with another junk journal flip through. As you can see, it's Alice in Wonderland. I've been working on this for a while, finally finished it today. It is a repurposed hardback cover that I have put some fabric on. I put fabric on the spine too. It was just a very boring white spine, so I thought that kind of needed a little something. It is 7 inches across, 9.5 this way, 80 pages, counting front and back. So inside, we have a pocket that was, it's scrapbook paper. It was a large journal card, so I just cut the whole thing out. That's faux marker stitching around. The inside here, inside cover, is actual Alice in Wonderland book page that's been, ripped apart and glued in. The back is the same way there. And there's some fabric and a little reinforcement under there that you can't see on the inner spine there, and vintage rickrack, and a large journaling card I made, which I thought that was kind of appropriate for the first thing you see. That's out of the actual book. It's the very first line of Alice in Wonderland. Back is plain area, and I put some washi around it. This is a large, off the internet, old book plate with a couple cut from playing card hearts. I did add the red line, the marker, just to kind of pull in the red color there. This is scrapbook paper. Actually, this book is not strictly Alice in Wonderland. It also has references to Through the Looking Glass, which there's a chess story, for lack of a better word, in there. This is scrapbook paper. This is cut off the back of a playing card. That's the image on that. Just a little coffee dyed paper here, flips open. This is old child's writing tablet. That's a quote from Alice that I just printed out, on my printer. Excuse my squeaky wood floor there. Fabric. I have a Alice in Wonderland flashcard digital set in my Etsy shop. That's that. Scrapbook, some punch stars. This is a just barely vintage 1990 graphic novel of Through the Looking Glass. Kind of different. Legal paper, fabric. This is just a little, it was a gift card I bought on Etsy many, many moons ago. I have no idea who the seller was. Washi, scrapbook paper, and it's a snippet from the actual Alice book. Rubber stamp, playing card on scrapbook paper. It's a little scrapbook paper with some gold paper there. This is an actual page from this Alice book. And I decided to give credit where credit is due. That is Lewis Carroll, who actually wrote Alice a long time ago. Yeah, okay, quiz. When did Alice in Wonderland first come out? Tick, tick, tick. 1865. Since this is the dodo bird there, this is mulberry paper and then a dictionary definition. Scrapbook paper, butterflies. This is scrapbook paper. I think it was on the same set actually, and a journal card with some paper on the back you can write. Washi. This is scrapbook paper. Roses there, of course. This is a title page from an old children's dictionary, and the little Alice there. I'll bring it up. I think it looks like Alice. That is a little tiny illustration from a 60s or 70s garden ad in the back of like a work basket or a Pack of Fun, one of those magazines. But I think it looks like Alice, so there she is. There's a little coffee dyed paper there. Washi. Here's another quote from the book that I printed out just on my computer. This is a copy of I think it was 1865. It was mid-1800s children's clothing illustration. A little fabric. This is a book page. And this is part of the book page. This I added. It's I have a CD of old seed packets, and I cut off the, you know, the name and all that of the packet. So use that image, scrapbook paper. There's that book page again. It's pretty. And the back side of that, here's another one of my flashcards, scrapbook paper, scrapbooks and rickrack. That's a tag I made. That is actually out of a reproduction Sears catalog. It's scrapbook flower. This is the other side of the fashion plate there. That's scrapbook and washi. There's a couple girls in their 1800s outfits. Fabric flip on the back of the dictionary title page. Washi, scrapbook paper. This actually was called a paintable scrapbook paper, so apparently you can actually paint on there if you want. This is just a journal card out of a scrapbook paper set. I put, I don't know if you can see, some gold leaves I punched and a little ribbon just to dress it up. The other side of the rose is paper, actual book snippet there, flips up. These are cut from a playing card. Lace, rubber stamp. This is, I think, Easter egg die on notebook paper. This is a cut image from the Alice book. So is that. Washi fabric. This is out of an actual Alice book. I thought a long tail kind of went well with the journal theme here. Washi, scrapbook paper. It's just, this is actual cut from a book. This is not a pocket. It's just flip open to right. Scrapbook paper, a Cheshire Cat rubber stamp. Flips out, a few little bunny stamps. Scrapbook paper, some tickets. This is legal paper here. This is scrapbook paper. These I actually drew on old book paper and then cut them out and glued them on. Just for the record, I do have sets like this in my Etsy shop as digital downloads. And I wanted to point out on this one, because this is thin paper, you can kind of see behind this image had a floral design on the back. Under normal circumstances, I would have done something to cover that so you couldn't see through, but I thought it actually kind of went with the trees and whatnot, so that's intentionally there. Fabric, ode to the Cheshire Cat there, just a scrapbook paper piece. There's the other side of that graphic novel. A children's writing tablet, scrapbook paper, fabric. This is another quote that, oh, my dog bumped the table, sorry. That I printed out from my computer. Washi, the other side of the scrapbook. Here's just a off the internet print of the White Rabbit, rubber stamp, some washi. Okay, here's another scrapbook paper journaling card I cut out, some scrapbook paper ribbon. There's an envelope I made from the actual book. It's just empty at the moment. You can fill it with whatever you like. Some punch circles on old sheet music, scrapbook paper, scrapbook washi, this little paper flip. Pocket here with, yeah, that was cut from this original book. Scrapbook paper. This is watercolor on an index card. Small heart rubber stamp, coloring book. That's the same Easter egg dyed paper. Washi, another page from the graphic novel. Scrapbook paper, washi tape. This is a child's math page from a textbook. It's out of a actual book. It's just paper. So a scrapbook paper pocket with some ribbon, which is new. Fabric and seam binding. This is a library card I typed and an image from the actual book. Back is plain. Vintage book page. Little writing space. I covered the text there. Another one of my flashcards. This is an old rubber stamp I've had for a long time. A scrapbook paper that actually has some, you kind of see a few stripes are glittered. It's another page from the actual book. Kind of narrow fabric flip. I drew the vine off my computer. And here is paying credit again to the illustrator of Alice and Looking Glass. And there's another off the internet image, which is not too commonly seen, but I think that's a nice one. This is coffee dye paper washi. Here's an actual book page from a, yeah, that's right, the copyright was not in that book anymore. It's probably early 70s Alice book. And just for the record, these two I counted as one page. Fabric. This is scrapbook paper, so is this. Just a few pages in there, right on. This isn't off the internet. It's an old, probably antique book cover. I thought it was very pretty, very charming. It's just paper. It flips. You could write on the back if you want. Rubber stamp. More roses. Scrapbook paper. Scrapbook. Another one of my flashcards. Ribbon. Washi. And my dog's bumping the table again. I'm sorry. This is an index card. I made it into a journal card. The back is some scraps of monoprinting I did. And the text here and these two images are from actual, not copies, from a 1970s magazine that had, you could send for cruel work pictures to do of Alice characters. And the other side of this, scrapbook paper. Here's another antique book cover. It's kind of cool. Little fabric flip with some seam binding and rubber stamp and the book page, which I thought, I threw this one in because I just thought it looked kind of, you know, like the tea party could be in there, sort of. Image from this book, the other side of that, math paper, fabric, washi, the graphic novel, coloring book. Another pocket with just a place to write and a couple scrapbook tickets and a couple note papers. And that's an old rubber stamp I have. Washi, fabric, this is scrapbook. It's obviously a playing card sew down. This is finger painting paper. It's a little washi there. This is another off the internet. That's Alice and her cat Dinah. And here is another quote from my computer and another little piece of scrapbook. I don't know if you can see that. It does say we're all mad here. And then another journal card made into a pocket with, I did add the little faux stitch in there. And this card is just plain, well, I made lines on the back, but it's another antique Alice book cover, which I thought was kind of cool. So, there's the back again. Spine. So this is going in my shop. Thanks for viewing and have a nice day out there.